This week the great party wakes up and Bluebell and Adrian decides to get up and go down to the dining area of the tavern to get breakfast. Bluebell gets free hot water for coffee and immediately gets energized. Adrian and Bluebell both gets bacon and eggs. Meanwhile, and still upstairs, Rosaria is standing in the middle of Yuki's room staring her down. As Yuki opens her eyes, she is met with Rosaria standing restless right next to her bed staring at her. Rosaria then starts to speak. "Good morning, can I interest you in various rare items from my store?" Yuki, waking up kinda in disbelief to Rosaria being right there, quickly refuses at first and claims that she doesn't need weapons as a dragon. Rosaria immediately strikes a comeback, doing the whole persistent annoying salesperson non-stop talking while being dragged along down towards the food area of the tavern. Rosaria tries to persuade her into buying gloves of the Iron Fist, Mirror of Reflection, but finally reaches a sale with Yuki at the mention of Rapid Acceleration Boot Enchantment, which Rosaria claims would make her an incredibly quick dragon slayer that legends would speak of, with the power of rapid speed quickness. The only party member not down at the tavern's dining area is Kib. He isn't feeling well and says he is gonna be staying in bed. The party then splits into two teams of two. Team Rosaria and Yuki going to Rosaria's store, while Team Bluebell and Adrian Aonapede go to purchase warm winter clothes and other necessities for the party. Bluebell tells Kaka, the bird, to guard our bed-resting companion Kib, who is coming down with the blue freezing sickness. I guide Yuki to a huge, old-looking building. A huge sign with big font letters states, Rosaria's store of quality artifacts and rare antiques. "Welcome, great dragon slayer," I say as I put my key in the old quirky sounding door. As I try to push in the door, it won't let me in. The key fit perfectly, but it's stuck. I move around and tell Yuki happens all the time. "Don't worry about it." You see my body slam against the side of the door before it gives in with a big bang. Yuki is greeted by mountains of dust and cobwebs hanging in every corner of the store. Yuki gives a remark if I ever thought to renovate the place. But Rosaria quickly refuses it as not necessary and waste of money. "Make yourself at home," as I wave in Yuki I grab a small container inside with some foul-looking goo looking mostly blackish liquid. "Here you go, good dragon slayer. This will be 59 silver and 17 copper. Be warned, it is ordinarily applied to footwear, which I will do free of charge by the name of Rosaria's store of quality artifacts and rare antiques," states Rosaria. "But if you insist of drinking it, I ask that you do not complain about any side effects this will have on you." Rosaria asks for the vial back, even with Yuki overpaying for the item by paying a whole gold piece. Yuki drinks the foul-smelling liquid and immediately crashes the vial on the floor. Rosaria immediately catches her in it and asks for 5 silver compensation for the destroyed vial. Yuki starts claiming that she will be accusing Rosaria's store of foul play and scams if Rosaria did not forget about the vial. Rosaria, feeling cheated regardless of she being paid way more for the product than stated in her catalog, gives back this response. "Listen here, you. We do not take kindly to such accusations. What I hid is this old paintbrush. I meant to apply it on your footwear as stated by the item description." I point at the catalog. "But you decided to drink it on your own accord, as an item has been sold to a customer no longer belongs to the store. The action such customer takes is not for us to stop, as the item belongs to them and our say is no longer relevant. I did express it was not the ordinary way to apply this enhancement. But since seeing you did overpay for the item, we, the store of Rosaria's store of quality artifacts and rare antiques, will grant you the destroyed vial on my floor free of charge only because of you're such a precious customer to us, dear dragon slayer. Of course, if you would insist on paying the 6 silver pieces for the store-owned vial destroyed, then we would not be against it." After telling Rosaria to label her items to state this in the future and hands Rosaria an additional gold piece, which Rosaria obviously pockets with a smile on her face as she replies back satisfied. Of course, honored customer. Your feedback is very valid and appreciated. Thank you for your patronage, good dragon slayer. We all arriving back at the inn, after Rosaria does a quick stop to drop off and sell some of her valuables. She gains a massive profit by selling 6x plus 1 arrows for 300 gold pieces. As Rosaria arrives to see her fellow party members, Yuki looks worse for wear. Rosaria asks if she ate something bad, oblivious to the obvious reason being the vial Yuki purchased and drank from Rosaria. As Yuki tries to throw hands, she rolls a nat 1 and fails her con save. Puke in both ends occur and she is caused severe stomach pain. After a lot of back and forth, and eventually attempts of dragging Rosaria to the harbor to throw her in the water, but failing already when trying to pick up Rosaria because of severe vomiting, Yuki decides to head off to bed. Meanwhile, all of this was happening, Rosaria have the expectations of Yuki and her going out to eat, as Rosaria is claiming to be starving. At the same time all of this is happening, the funny-looking crow Rosaria sold to Bluebell is dancing around doing lots of burbnems in the tavern. Adrian Aonapig hands over the burb armor that he and Bluebell purchased along with warm winter clothes and medicine kit handed to the entire party. The party goes to bed. Yuki wakes up once again with Rosaria standing there staring at her creepily as she opens her eyes, stating she didn't feel like paying for a room, so she hoped it was okay she borrowed her chair all night. Morning goes uneventful and the party gets on a boat. The crow speaks a lot on the boat. Adrian finds his pet mouse, Roderick, hiding in his back. Bluebell gets the genius idea of having Roderick board Kaka as a living airplane and fight on this winged mount into battle. Adrian asks Roderick and is told no, want, dangerous. Both Adrian and Rosaria are able to understand every word both animals says. The rest of the party only hear occasional words of Kaka, such as pretty bird. Yuki takes Kaka with her to see the top of the boat and sight the ocean, and that's where the session leaves off.